Good day, budget-wise audiophiles. As you know, my name is Joe, the founder of Fidelto, and today I'm giving you a tour of Fidelto headquarters. So let's go. So this is how the headquarters looks at the moment. So let's start with the amp here. So I made one fully assembled. Well, not fully assembled, at least the back is already assembled. So you can see how the connectors would look. And I've been testing here with different methods of connecting cables to the connectors and making sure that they don't come out. So that's very important. And I've got some stuff in it that I still need to connect. Then I have something here for my soldering iron. And one of my favorite quotes, what the mind can conceive and believe the mind can achieve, Napoleon Hill. And I think that Fidelto is a really good example of that. Because yeah, I conceived this box here in my head, and within a few months it's almost there, and only thing left is a few circuit stuff, and that's it. So it's really cool to see that it is actually true. Then the microphone I use for my videos, and some extra stuff here that I use once in a while. Then let's go to this corner. So we start here with a hanger that I use for my jacket that I'm wearing at the moment. Then we have my drill kit. I have some servers here, and I use those for simulations of circuits because they're very cheap, and they have a lot of power that I need for the simulations. And above here I've got a bunch of boxes that I use to store stuff. And here I have a place for all my equipment that I use. So for instance, my multimeters, some batteries, solder pumps, and tweezers and so. Then I've got a power supply here that I built manually, another battery, the oscilloscope, soldering iron, and some other stuff that I use once in a while, and also something to clean my the screen of my computer. Then below we have the record player that I use to test the phone on stage. Another few breadboards here, and again some stuff. And then below here we have another box with tools and another server that I use once in a while for simulations. Then let's go to the other corner now. So here again I have some boxes that store power supplies. So I have some power supplies in there, another battery, some random stuff that I use once in a while. Again, some boxes. I know I've got an Apple addiction, but I love this stuff, and I love the mission of their company. It goes really in line with what Fidelto stands for. Then we have some components. It's maybe an understatement. There are a lot of components here that I use for Fidelto. And of course some books that I use to learn about the amplifiers, because I'm still learning to this date. So if you see in here, it's mostly transistors. If I take the other box out, and let me show you what's in there now. So you can see it's mostly transistors, capacitors, and those kinds of stuff. Then, what do I have here? Those are some capacitors I'm trying things out with. Some thread for the coil, some wire for the coil. Then I have a box of resistors here, which I use very frequently to test circuits. Then I call this my box of failures / my box of learning, because these are all the circuits that didn't work. And you can see there's a lot of stuff in there, but those are all the stuff that didn't work, but I learned my lessons from there, and that's why the amp is now where it's at and why it's succeeding. Then another my heat sinks I have here, some more boxes, some old phones, and some more transformers here. Then let's go to the desk. On the desk we have a printer, all my stuff that I use for calculation. So as you can see, there are a bunch of calculations here, which I'm using to really get the amp up to spec. Then my breadboard that I use most of the time. I also posted a photo on Instagram with this board when I was trying some circuits out, and you can see there's a bunch of components on there. Then the power supply that I use, and some calculators, and a pen for writing stuff down. And of course, the famous clicker that I use in my videos. Then I have my my purse, not important, my computer here, which I use very often, of course, to do stuff with. And now I'm working on the brand plan. That's what I worked on this week to really get that on par, because it's not only the amplifier, it's about the brand as well. And if the brand is not good, then we won't sell many amplifiers. And if not many amplifiers are sold, the democratization of high quality audio is not achieved. And that's really what I want to do. So this was a quick tour of the Fidelto headquarters. It's not really big, but it's a start. And as you can see, and as we've seen in history, many companies that are now enterprises have started in just a small space where they can just work and do stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this small video, and you can see now how things work at Fidelto. And I will see you next week, guys. And let me end with my favorite quote: "What the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." Napoleon Hill. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.